Hey, welcome back to another video. This is all about retaining your staff. We as agencies, especially as we start to scale, are just going to be leveraging labor, and you'll start to become really reliant on your team to the point where they're taking care of the work, they're speaking more with the clients, and you want to make sure that these people that you've been training and putting so much reliance on with all this money on the line and their expenses and everything, you're keeping them and they're staying motivated and happy in the agency. So I'm going to take you through something that we've done. We've had about 45 people work in our marketing agency. We've got a team of 12 now, and only 25% of those people have stayed out of the 100%, right? And there's so many reasons why they left. Errors on our part, hiring bad eggs, not giving career growth, so many different things that we've learned over the six plus years now that we've been operating. And I want to show you some stuff that's really helped us retain staff and keep really good positive relationships so that everybody's winning that is working for your business. So let's go through a couple of things. A lot of people, you got three kind of outcomes that you can have. People will come into your agency, not like it, and then they'll end up just leaving. They'll just be like, this is just not for me. I'm not having any kind of conversations that's growing me personally, my knowledge or anything like that. Your second option is you get people that come in and then they just kind of stay on the same rate. I don't know if you feel like this, or you're thinking about anybody that's in your team. You're like, man, that guy has not progressed in the last year, 2 years, or anything like that. I'm not having conversations with him. He's not having conversations with me. And I'm worried that he's already looking at other things. I can promise you that they are. They're already thinking about leaving your agency. They're like, I'm not getting anything here. I wonder what else is out there. But we want people to come into your business, man. And we want them to achieve certain goals. And then we want them to grow. We want them to ascend. We want to help it. We want to give them those raises. We don't want to avoid those conversations. We want to give them those raises. We want to show them and angle their want of growing in the business towards how we can help them help the business grow. That's what I've learned to do. And we just want to learn how to do that effectively. So like I said, I'm going to show you one thing that's really helped. There's a bunch of different things that you could do to get people to grow within your business, but this is just one thing to make sure that you're having the right conversations with people, you are getting their feedback, you are putting them on, even progress plans to show how they can develop and grow within your agency. So we do something called quarterly staff meetings. We call them quarterlies, and we sit down with our team and we go through a couple of things. And there's 5 key steps in particular that I want you to learn to follow so that your team and staff grow. Okay, so on the left side here, you can actually see examples of this type form that we send out, and then we have another kind of example of a whole process. So within our community, we give the entire process, the type forms and everything. You get to download the spreadsheet and worksheet, and you get to actually go through it. But I'm just going to walk you guys through the process today. So let's go to step number 1. Step number 1 for us is we send out a type form. So obviously quarterly staff meetings, goes without saying, you book in a meeting and you're having a quarterly review of their performance and where they're going and how they're feeling. But what we do first off is we send them through a questionnaire. So questions about how they're feeling about the agency, how they're feeling about their role, how are they getting challenged, are they progressing, what are they liking about the business, what are they not liking about the business. And we give them a couple of things on a scale from 1 to 10, how satisfied are you within your current role? We give them the opportunity, without having to have that face-to-face conversation with us, to answer questions themselves. And then we will sit down and we will review their answers, and before the meeting, of course, right? So step number 1 is you need to organize quarterly meetings, staff meetings with your clients. These aren't hectic, heavy review meetings on your performance. You can have that stuff in monthly meetings if you want to, but quarterly is for progress for them within your business, okay? And the first step to doing this is, send out type forms, ask them the relevant questions that you would like to know about how they're feeling in your agency. And then once you've done that and you've scheduled these meetings out, you need a review. So step number 2 is you need a review. Now, this might sound easy. Oh yeah, I'll look at it. No. You sit down, review their answers, and you make notes on Google Docs or whatever it is as to, why did you answer, 5 out of 10 on, are you feeling challenged within the agency? Why have you answered only a 7? A 7 on an NPS score would be a detractor. So why is it only a 7 as to satisfaction within the agency? You have open-ended questions like, what it could be anything, and like, what are you liking about the A? What do you not like? What could we improve as leadership? And they give you the answers. You need to sit there, analyze their answers, and come up with points and questions off the back of what you know about them and why they might have given that answer. Actually sit down and review. Give yourself the time to really understand and have a proper meeting when it comes to it for hosting this quarterly staff meeting. Cool. Step number 3 is, again, I'm making this super, super clear for you guys. Notes and game plan. So, like I said before, you want to make notes after you've reviewed, but you also want to set a game plan. So, where are they going in the business? Are they clear, once again, on the organizational chart? Just because it's clear to you doesn't mean it's clear to them, okay? So, where are they right now within the organizational chart? Where can they go? What do they have their eyes set on? What's the conversations around remuneration? What do you want to see more of from them, right? Where are the areas, you're working closely with these guys, where are the areas that they are lacking that they could definitely improve on? Everybody can improve in something. And you need to show to them that, I'm seeing that you're still relying on me for jumping into meetings and hosting things with you. You still need me to review your quarterly reports that you send out to your clients. You still need me to do this, or you're asking too many questions when it comes to the weekly things, or you're not showing enough initiative, right? You need to have a game plan as to, where they're going within the agency, letting them know the progress that they can make, having that open conversation with them, but also showing them areas where they can improve, because people want that leadership. They want somebody to sit there and be like, hey, here's some criticism for you, man. Let's see if we can improve it. And here's some of the resources as well that I would like you to focus on to improve in those areas. It's really important that you do that too. Step number 4, book 30-minute meeting. So with our team, man, it will take us like 2 to 3 days, and we'll just block out the entire days in a quarter. Like, you're giving up a 2 to 3 days, depends on how big your team is. You're giving up 2 to 3 days in a quarter, in 3 months, to really focus on your team. And don't get it twisted, man. Your team's everything to your business. Like, it's everything. So you need to take care of these guys. Do not neglect them. Do not think that, they don't need these conversations, or it's not as important. I need to focus on other things in my business. No. Your team, the problems that arise when people leave, it's a mess. It scatters you. You have to replace heaps of people. You could lose clients if you don't do a good enough job. You could damage culture. Like invest your money and time into your team. Okay, so you need to give up 30 minutes per staff member, across a day, 2 days, 3 days, however long period, and just smash them all out. Okay, that's really, really important. All right, and then step number 5 is this. You need to host, obviously, the meeting, and then document. I literally hate getting into meetings and like no one's scribing or taking notes or anything like that. Once you've hosted the meeting, you need to be scribing down their answers on a Google Doc. You got your game plan, you got all your notes as based on what they answered in their Typeform review. Then you need to, below that, take notes as to what you've talked about, game plans going forward, what you've agreed on. You need to summarize that, and you need to send it to them in an email. And you need to have whether you want to do a catch-up meeting based on certain specific things that you talked about, resource-wise, that you might need to revisit in a month's time, or whatever that might be. You need to host those meetings, and you need to ensure that you have documented it, so you both have substantiation. This is what we talked about last time. You've got to follow through. It's really, really important that you do follow through, because if you don't, then why would anybody look to you as like, oh, that's somebody that I can rely on. So yeah, man, that's one thing that I highly, highly recommend. You guys do host quarterly staff meetings. Retain your staff, create good culture. I used to go throughout my agency and be like, walk into the office and be like, I bet you that person's want to ask me for a raise, or this person wants to see how they can progress. Like, you don't want to be avoiding those conversations at all. You want to be heading them up. You want to be the spearhead to those conversations, and sit down with you guys and discuss it. This is one of the methods that we've been able to implement within our agency to do so. And it's helped out tremendously, and it's just really created a much better feel, vibe, culture, and I don't know, happiness within the office, especially with your team, right? You're responsible for taking care of them. This is a great method to do so. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you want help or want to talk with me more about growing your agency, you can book an ACOS growth call. It's our model that we use to scale agencies. If you want to talk with us, link below, you can use it, and we can talk about how we can give you a bunch of stuff and get you into a community of people that's going to help you thrive and reach new revenue heights and growth goals within your business. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much, guys.